Let's check this out. Beautiful. I love the rain shade, Brian. Oh, look at the lilies. Just gorgeous, Terry. Wow. Didn't know I was stopping by, did you? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Look at you.
This is what I do when I work. I talk,
I love it. Welcome to living the Aquascape lifestyle. All right, so Brian, when did you build this one?
2 years ago, and it's funny because Terry called me not too long ago, and he calls every now and then. He's like, Brian, I think I've got a handle on this. Because he feels like he's got like his own little pet back there. And just figured out the water quality and everything else, and so he has some challenges. Hey!
How are you?
We'll just go around back?
Yeah.
All right, great.
All right, I'm listening.
So, some water quality issues and stuff. He gets a lot of seeds that fall in his pond, and his pond always has those tannins. I think he was trying to create something that got rid of the tannins, and now he's just accepted the fact that he has tannins.
Because of all the debris that is from trees around it.
And really the tannins are nature's way of cutting down the string algae. Right, when a pond has a kind of brownish tint, you just don't see.
Oh, look at this garden. Nice. Grab a tomato on the way out. Oh, I love the pergola. You know, the gazebo out here.
So the whole pond, like they had me come out and like, where were we gonna put this and how was it gonna fit with the pond? So I got to design kind of the location of this. Hey, how are you?
Gentlemen.
Hello.
Wow.
Hi, Terry. I'm the pond guy, Greg.
It's actually nice to meet you.
And nice to meet you too. I hear that you are a perfectionist.
Only because I have help.
Wow, this is a beautiful backyard. Are you a gardener?
My wife is.
Okay.
Take care of the pond, or the flowers, I take care of the fish.
All right, well, let's check this out. Beautiful. I love the rain shade, Brian. Oh, look at the lilies. Just gorgeous, Terry. Wow. Look at that. Very nice. All right, Terry, you gotta tell me, what's the story here? I want to know how this pond came to be and what your ideas were and how Brian came to make it happen.
My wife wanted a big garden. We bought the land. I wanted a pond. We had a little bit of landscape, hardscape to begin with. Didn't know how to make it fit. So we talked to some of the professionals in landscaping, pond building, architecture, construction. Didn't know what to do. And what actually came to be is Brian came to talk to us. And over the years, I've talked to Brian in many occasions.
Like on pond tours or stuff?
Actually, at the Flower and Garden Show.
Okay, yeah.
Doing well from there.
Yep.
We came in, we said, Brian, I know you can build a pond. That's no problem for you. What do I do with the yard? And on a sheet of paper, he sketched out some basic ideas for us. We liked the concept. Went back to all the different contractors. Landscape, you do this. Hardscape, do this. Brian, what are you going to do? We laid it all out, and it was outstanding.
So this is his kind of design and back here then, with the hardscape, the pergola.
He made recommendations for us and contractors. We interviewed them, liked them. All great choices.
Outstanding. Good to hear that. So what I love about that is, and this is so classic Brian, it's not just the water feature that you're designing, it's the lifestyle. This is living the aquascape lifestyle. It's how everything gets incorporated around it. It's the hardscape, you know, it's the pergola, it's the stones that go across it, it's the backdrop. Brian, you really designed this whole thing back here, right? And then got some of our fellow contractor buddies to come out here and work with it?
Yeah, so they talked about, they said on their wish list was a fire pit. Said on their wish list was to have a kind of a screened in area. They could sit back, you know, have a glass of wine every now and then. Bringing the fire pit up close to this area. Still getting the waterfall visible from inside the house, so we sat down at kitchen windows and in areas inside and said, where should we line that up? The waterfall made sense here, the pond made more sense over there. And then when you see the shed, then instantly, oh, now an opportunity for a bridge.
Yeah, to walk across it as a destination to go somewhere.
So what, and it just fits. And it didn't take up a lot of usable yard. They still have a lot of space over here.
For your wife's gardening. Yeah. I'm gonna go check out the view from in here. Beautiful gazebo. Oh, this is 20 degrees cooler in here.
It's big enough in here to have babies.
Wow. So right beneath all of these trees. How many frogs? 5. Nice. Isn't it fun? Build it and they will come. And they're trying to eat the dragonflies. There's a dragonfly. So what do people say that come, Terry, to your yard for the first time?
Turn off.
Yeah.
They just don't even know where to start to look. You know, just so many things that are hidden in the yard. It's overwhelming for the first visit.
And your wife has enjoyed gardening around it?
She has. Had a landscaper help us. She's been busy planting, selecting plants.
Crazy is I don't see a koi big enough in here to have babies.
Right.
Usually koi have to be, 12, 15 inches.
Yeah, the biggest one looks like it's maybe 5, but there's babies. Yep, she is a gardener, and every garden is not complete without water, so fortunately she let her husband get the water down. What's up, squirrel? Now we've got a beautiful Aquascape ecosystem pond. And there's the baby koi eating the algae in the rock, part of the ecosystem. Having a cocktail.
Yes.
That's
Watching
what
the fish, listening to the frogs.
That's what retirement is all about, buddy.
This is awesome.
It's so much cooler too, in the shade.
I'd be sleeping out here.
Yeah, with that sound.
You've got to take a couple naps.
What you doing? What you picking? Cucumbers? Tomatoes?
All of the above.
Oh, wow.
Eggplant.
Eggplant. That is awesome. There you go. Did Grandma tell you how to do this? So how often do we see this, Brian?
Almost every day, right? Like sad waterfall. Could be better if it was running, but I think the sad part about it is you see this stuff, somebody probably spent 50 grand on it to have this put in.
It doesn't run.
And it doesn't work.
It just looks like a pile. It looks like a chimney, a pile of rocks.
Those look like endless cascades.
Yeah, my dad's product.
Look, see how they all link together?
Yeah, it's just all Jimmy rigged.
Look at how much time went into cutting all these rocks.
Oh, they probably spent weeks on
For
this.
something that doesn't work.
Fill valve. Yeah, so the problem is a contractor built this. It's a one-off job. They don't have a set system. They don't have 20 products, 20 steps. And here's a beautiful subdivision we see constantly all the time with a non-functioning water feature. And this is
The amount of money that went in just to the sign.
Yeah.
Over here. And then it all fails because of a small little water feature.
with all of these homes in this subdivision. Keep it simple, stupid. It's so frustrating to us to see this. Anyway, back to vlogging. So beautiful little subdivision over here. Some nice houses. This is just a quick little stop because you haven't seen this pond since it was finished, right?
Yeah, no, we built this a year ago, I feel like, too. A little different because we had a pretty big vision. He had a much different vision, and it was definitely giving the customer what he wanted.
That's my high school friend for you. This is Chuck Thompson's house. He is a track teammate of mine from the class of '88 Wheaton North High School, and he's got a beautiful house out here in Oak Brook, and we are gonna go check out his aquascape pond that he built a year ago, right, Chuck? You didn't know I was stopping by, did you? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Look at you. Is this how you work from home?
I do.
Yeah, you look
it was on Zooms, if you get up and you're in shorts, they're like,
You have shorts on, you get to see it.
We were literally right down the road, so we stopped by.
It feels like exactly a year.
I think you finished on a Thursday.
Really?
I did. Oh my god.
That's
I
funny.
went to Home Depot on a Friday and got all the plants.
Oh wow. What a great job you've done with the plant.
Thanks. Yeah, we've been working at
Holy
it.
cow.
We have really been working at
So
it.
I won't admit this all the time, but we wanted to come like from up there and do bridges and everything. We wanted the waterfalls a little higher, and Chuck really pushed just to have something a little lower, and I would say he was right. Like it fits the area
yeah.
really, really well.
Hey, well, you thought about it for years, right?
4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I had this diagram. I kept scratching at it, and Brian's like, there's going to be some roots in there, and I think
Well-
we had the biggest root right here.
Yeah, we have a
The
big
tree
tree.
survived, so.
Well, a lot of the big roots, like you can see right where the windmill is? Look at the size of that root, and it dips down, and we made sure not to cut it. And we moved that biofalls a few times to make sure
They had to dig
around.
didn't you have to dig under the root?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have you guys come back, and I want that wetland filter.
Oh, okay. We had talked when we just had lunch one day, and I said, why don't we do a skim cove here?
Let's go for it.
And get rid of the skimmer box.
Then you know my obsessive compulsive nature. And then I have pond all the way to the edge.
There.
Yep.
And if we stay going that way, if you come this way, you're probably not in root land. What do you think? Is that big enough for a wetland filter?
A skim cove.
The skim cove's a little different than a wetland filter.
But we could have a downflow. You know, we can make it, you know, deep with the aqua blocks. And so these are little additions. So we can pop out that skimmer, put in like 6 aqua blocks in here, and have a, you know, a deep pump vault that will recirculate the water back up to the top. And it will be easier to handle the surface debris from a big tree like that, because all you got to do is literally get a skim net and skim it out.
For your vlog,
yeah.
For DIYers like me, here's one thing you shouldn't do. You should buy Greg's overland rock to put the stuff in. Because I thought it'd be a really cool idea to have a huge hole and put an irrigation box in and put everything in there, and every time it rains it fills up.
Yeah. So we'll fix that too. We'll put the artificial stump on top of that, get all that fixed when we're out here. Do a little skim cove in there for you. But
before you do the DIY, just work with the experts.
He's built like all the stuff around here.
Yeah, he's a handy guy, and this is his pretty much therapy, right? Because your office is at home, and
I come out here and pick weeds every day.
Yep, the outside weeds. But the actual pond itself, you're just feeding the fish, right?
This is what I do when I work. I talk, and I'm like...
I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's my little bonsai, Brian.
I love that. I was gonna say, where'd you get that from?
I got that from Hidden Garden.
Yeah. Isn't that place awesome?
It's awesome. And I only paid $80. So I'm gonna keep the cool looking ones, the blue and white guy, the orange and white guy, and the straight orange one.
So they're having babies.
Totally.
Yeah, but he's not buying our fish food. This is a guy that I ran track with in high school, and he's not buying Aquascape fish food because we're 45 minutes away. Hey. Get rid of that stuff. Get some real good stuff. So many times our customers have Aquascape ecosystem ponds, but they're not using Aquascape ecosystem water treatments or Aquascape ecosystem fish food. This is all a system. We designed this stuff. In the fish food, we put probiotics to help break down the fish waste. The water treatments are all designed around Aquascape ecosystem ponds. If you got an Aquascape ecosystem pond, use the water treatments, use the fish food, and use the stumps and the other things that we do so it's all clean and beautiful. I mean, I love being able to build for people that I've known since, you know, I was in high school and see them living the Aquascape lifestyle. And what I love about Chuck, just like most customers, is he's already ready to expand it. He's already ready to tweak it and do something more because it's an addictive hobby. If you guys like this stuff, please like, comment, and share these videos. And check out the link below to the Team Aquascape vlog that we showed the construction of these things. Ed Ballou, the pond professor, who showed the ecology of these things. And then, of course, my channel, Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy, showcases living the Aquascape lifestyle. I love doing it for friends, and I love my job. Uh-oh. Poor guy. Wrong place at the wrong time when the car backed up.